Okay, we have a MacBook Pro. It's a 15 inches. The description it's dead, and this is an A1707. So usually, you want to work by the numbers, or you want to work by the model numbers of the machine, and that way it's easier for you to build your own repair catalog, and also it's easier for you to also and build a type of a smooth conversation with your clients. So this is the model. It's A1707, and then it starts with A. So next time, say for example, if you were talking to a person over the phone, or you're trying to engage a customer, and then you need to, for example, you want to ask them questions like because you want to get an idea of what they're saying. You ask them questions like, what device do you have? Is it a MacBook Air, a MacBook Pro? Okay, it's a MacBook Pro. What type of device? What type of MacBook Pro is it? Is it a 13 inches or 15 inches? They may not know that. So you can ask them, okay, what is the model number? So if they say to you, for example, okay, and then you can easily tell them the model number starts with A, and then with four digits. So you tell them, okay, it's going to be model, and then starting with A. So in this case, you see that it says model, and then it's A1707. So that tells you A1707. So A1707s are 2016 and 2017 only. So 2016 and 2017, those are A1707s, and those are 15 inches only. So it gives you an idea, especially if the issue is design specific. For example, there are certain issues that you will find with specific designs or specific models that you will not find with other models. For example, FlexGate. It's almost impossible for an M1 MacBook Air to have an issue of a FlexGate. But then that is a problem that you can associate with a 2016, 17, 13 inches, and 15 inches. Do you understand? The same thing applies. It's almost impossible for you to for a problem that is M1 specific over a problem that is Intel specific. So if you know these models, it helps you to build your catalog in terms of especially having a smooth conversation with your client. So that is about that. So this is an A1707. This is a 2016, 2017. It's a 15 inches. So the description says dead, as you guys can see, which means is no power. So as you know, with no power devices, before we before we plug power to it, we make sure that we have a better understanding of what is happening, and to do so is we need to take out the back cover. So with me, what I do is I do not. It's okay to take the screws out like this. I mean, without with the screen folding inside, but it is in terms of to avoid any type of applying pressure on your screen. What I do rather is I let the keyboard the top the keyboard casing. So I open the device like this, and then I let my screen slide between me and my desk, and then so that any type of pressure that I place on it, it doesn't affect the screen. So this has been assessed. It's been pre-assessed, not by us. So obviously, so the assessment needs to be done, and then only if it's advanced repair will it come down to the lab. So this has been assessed, and that's also why there are no screws. So we are now going to. So another thing is with these devices, after you assuming after the screws are out, make sure you do not pry something inside, because you don't want something to you don't want to accidentally damage. If you need to do any type of prying, let it be something that is that's not sharp, and something that would not make its way inside the device. So you just need to be able to lift the back of it just a little bit to get your fingers inside, and then you can now basically remove the back cover. So for me, I use my fingers, and then so I use my fingers to basically do the lifting. And then while I'm doing that, in order for me not to move the device, I use my elbow to kind of support it. So you see what I do this, and then I do. So after that, and then I can now remove the back cover. Also, while I'm removing the back cover, I still use my elbow to hold down the device too. So because if not, I may just pull, and then that will. So I use my elbow to hold down the device. Also, which is also why, because of the method I use, is also why I want the screen out of the way. So Okay, that's interesting. They say it's a no power, but we see that the fans are spinning. Uh, hmm. That's not looking good. I said that MOSFET is not looking good. Okay, so this is ripped off. The speaker connector is ripped off. This is an interesting one. And here we have, okay, yeah. And then we have that. Okay. 00928. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so devices are on, so I'm not sure. Um, let's restart it and do a PM as well. Okay, we've got a line on the screen as well, and the device seems to power on. Uh, okay, so this is just we have clearly uh, hmm. So one of the speaker connector is ripped off, and we have, I mean, this is definitely liquid, and then we see there, and then there as well. Hmm. And this is definitely a Chinese battery. This is not an Apple. This is not an Apple battery. This is a Chinese battery. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. So we are going to, yes, the board doesn't really look great, but before we continue, we need to inform or find out if this is a random on and off, because it said it's dead, no power, but we see that the device is actually powering on. Let's try to switch it off. Let's try to power it back on again. Device power is on, so we're going to reach out to find out exactly what the issue is. If it's just about to adjust, so if it's going to be to find out if it's random on and off, and we also have specific issues here which we need attention. For example, the speaker connector, and then the speaker filters. I said that, and then that is not looking good. We'll probably need a replacement. The section of your CD3215, the same thing. And just across the board, there are corroded components. So all of that we need to address. But even in light of that, we need to know if this is the case of the random on and off. Sometimes it works and other times it doesn't work, or if the description was basically improperly documented or improperly written. So we will reach out to the clients first, which is then find out exactly what we need to address. Other than the obvious, I mean, from the description, the obvious will be because of the obvious will be the corrosion as well as oxidation that we see across the board. But the overall description, it's no power, but we see that the device powers on. So we will continue this after we get more information on the device, and then we will take it up from there. For now, thank you guys. I will see you guys in the next one.